First of all, you looked amazing.
Thank you.
The grappling exchanges, everything looks great. Looked great. What was your plan going into this fight? Because standing up, you knocked him down, and on the ground, were you looking for the submission, or you were just getting out, trying to submit?
Nah, I was hoping we could strike a little bit more, hoping I can keep it on the feet, but Gunner did a good job of the timing to hit the takedowns. And let's be real here, I'm not the greatest wrestler on the road, but I can grapple.
And at what point did you thought, okay, now I got this match?
I never felt like I had the match. I just always felt like it was a good, fun fight. So I knew going to the decision, I didn't know exactly how it was going to go. I was hoping I did enough. But you just never know when a guy gets top position, which way the judges are looking at it. I knew I threw up plenty of submissions, and I knew I hit him a lot while we were on the ground. And so the only thing I could think of was if I get the W on this one, there was never no question of whether I won that Gerald Mershard fight back in the day or not. So that's always a good thing.
And you said if it's 185 next week, and otherwise 170, give me a bit more time.
Yeah, if it's 170 pounds, then let's be smart. I got that same computer. Let's be smart, and I'll freaking I'll possibly do a couple months down the road, then another one a couple months down the road. If it's 170 pounds, probably only get 2 more in this year, 3 at the most. If it's 185 pounds, I can fight every fucking weekend.
One question for me. What are you going to do now you're done with fighting for today?
Now that I'm done fighting today, I haven't smoked weed in a little bit, so I'm pretty sure somebody at the hotel will have some, and I'll burn that back like it's just a tree stump.
Thanks very much, my friend.
Thank you.
Kevin, when you were in there grappling with guys who are 170, can you compare it for us against the guys that are 185, right? Because you're not a big middleweight. How much difference is it?
It's a huge difference. Fighting a guy like Gunner, it's like you can say a lot of things, but you can't say he can't grapple. You know what I mean? He can grapple pretty damn good. And if you were asking people online who, that's online, they would say that he's probably a better grappler than, RDR. If he's a better grappler than RDR, then size does play a difference in the game. So it's, if you're the same size, you can see what the grappling's like. If they're bigger, then I just hope they're if they're the same size as me, we can see what the grappling's like. And if they're bigger, then just fucking strike, because all that grappling shit's too much.
Is there ever a part of you that thinks like, right, okay, if I want to, I don't know how much you care to do this, but go up the rankings, it's like, okay, I should probably focus on 170, right? Because these guys are my size. Clearly, you can grapple with them at that weight, and you're not giving yourself a disadvantage at 185. Or do you have to think to yourself, but I need to stay active, I want to stay active? Is there ever a trade-off in your mind about which way you're going to pick and go?
The amount of money I make these days, I could slow down. The amount of money I make these days, I could definitely slow down. But the amount of money I spend these days, I stay active.
First round, you got him in like an omoplata, and then he kind of stood up and was holding you. And for a few seconds, you were both just chilling up there. He was basically holding you like a handbag for a while.
Yeah.
What exactly were you saying to each other in that moment?
I asked him, how the fuck are you doing this? And he looked at me and said, I'm just doing it. So, Gunner's tough. I mean, dude, when you look at his dad, you see I'm not saying mean, but you see a real man, a gritty guy who, probably didn't take no shit. When you see Gunner, you see a motherfucker who ain't gonna take no shit. Excuse my language, but it's like, definitely was in there with a guy who wasn't taking no shit today. And he could deal with anything mentally, physically, and so it's an honor to be in there with a guy like Gunner.
Nice, man. Last one for me. I mean, end of the first round, he got up and he wobbled back to his seat. Did you know you'd hurt him that bad with that right hand?
The thing about that right hand is when it lands, I never know exactly what it's going to do, but I know it's going to do something, Whether it makes you think or whether it makes you blink, I know it's going to do something.
Guys, just 2 more questions. One right here.
Kevin right here. Oh, sorry. Kevin right here. It's your first time fighting in London. How did you acclimate to the time difference, and did you have any tricks to get around the jet lag?
I don't ever worry about jet lag, bro. I sleep the whole plane flight. And I mean, I hunt all night, so I can fight whenever. It doesn't matter if it's middle of the day, early morning, late at night. It's like, if you catch me out the bar, I'll beat your ass. If you catch me going into dinner, I'll beat your ass. And if you catch me right after breakfast, I'll beat that ass.
Congrats, Kevin. And is there some fun matchup you have in mind for the future? Like exciting fight you want to make happen?
No, when I'm fighting at 170 pounds, Sean Shelby's my matchmaker. When I'm fighting at 185 pounds, Mick Maynard's my matchmaker. I love them both. I look up to Mick Maynard. I've been looking up to that guy for a long time, ever since he ran Legacy back in the day. So, you know, and Dana's the big dog, Hunter's the big dog. Whatever they say, you know, I do. I'm a company man, and that's why I make good money.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. All right, appreciate you guys.
Hey, Brett.